Yes, yes. The Casanovians, as you can probably tell, have just trained my absolute bollocks off, so I'm pretty sweaty. Anyway, Merry Christmas. Right, nice one. Pleasantries over. Let's get our minds out of the fucking pendulum that is Christmas, and let's talk about how not to be average in 2025. So, something that I've learned about supposed average people is average people are not necessarily average because they're lazy. They're average because they're scared of failing. Yeah, they're scared of getting things wrong. And something else that I've learned is the reason we fear failure is because we judge others who fail. Okay, the reason we fear failure is because we judge others who fail. Now, the crazy thing about this is, from a purely zoomed out objective perspective, no one gives a flying fuck about you. Like, no one is thinking about you to the length that you think that they're thinking about you. You imagine that you see a guy who's cruising around town in a Lamborghini. When people see a guy driving a Lamborghini, seldom do they think about the guy in the Lamborghini. They think about what it would be like for them to drive the Lamborghini. And then they think, oh, well, I'm never going to get one. And then they go back to grappling with their own perceived lack of self-worth again. So as soon as I understood this concept, I became free. Because first of all, I realized no one gives a flying fuck about me. I understood that the reason why we fear failure is because we judge others who fail. And then from a purely zoomed out perspective, in 100 years' time, none of this is going to matter. In 20 years' time, you would give anything to be back in this moment right now with all of the time in front of you. Then it makes me feel free. Right, my mantra is freedom from bullshit. I'm not a dating coach, I'm not a day gamer, I'm not a pickup artist. I'm a freedom from bullshit practitioner. And the way that I live my life is to free myself from all of the bullshit that's been programmed into me since I was born. And then through these live streams, through the content that I make, the one-to-one coaching that I do with my clients, it's all designed to take you further away from bullshit so you can be free to get the women you want, make the money you want, and live the life that you want. So, as we go into 2025, most people today are just going to be getting drunk, right? Eating too much food, feeling fat, feeling lazy, undoing all of the good work that they've done so far, and then probably using January to get back on the horse. I don't want you to go into the new year like that. I do think that Christmas, this whole festivity period, is one big scam. It's one big pendulum. So if you've read Reality Transurfing, you will know about the concept of pendulum. So pendulums are external forces that take away our focus and attention and drain us of our energy. I understand why Christmas is a thing. The average person needs something to look forward to, especially in the European winters. It keeps the masses satiated. Oh, it's Christmas. Like, how many times have we used that excuse? I used to use that excuse all the time. Back when I was making no money, back when I was a low-life loser, back when I was a porn addict who had erectile dysfunction. I would just use that excuse, thank you. I would just use that excuse all the time. Oh, one more drink, it's Christmas. Oh, let's take this naughty narcotic. Oh, it's Christmas. Let's blow all this money on something that we don't need because, oh, it's Christmas. No, fuck that shit. That's how the average mind-dead lemmings think, okay? So going into the new year, in order to get away from being average, we need to be prepared to do what the average man is not prepared to do. And one of those things is not giving our attention to pendulums. Things like Christmas, things like sports teams, things like, oh, I went out today, I met a girl, I sent her a text, she didn't get back to me, now I feel lost and lonely and afraid. Yeah, fuck it, dude. That's the pendulum. That's the game. Get over it. Go outside, talk to new people. If you can get into the habit and get into the mindset that most of the problems that we face, it's down to pendulums. Yeah, it's down to giving our excess energy and placing too much importance onto things that we actually don't need. So the way that we're going to win in 2025 is, first of all, recognizing where our energy is going. Are we just doing things because we think it's cool to do them? Because we think that's what we should be doing? Oh, everybody else is celebrating Christmas. It makes me feel weird if I'm more cynical about the festivities. No, that means you're a critical, independent thinker who's going to live an incredible life. And that's why I champion the concept of cold approach so much. It's not just going out there trying to get phone numbers off women. It's a complete overhaul of your current character. It's doing something that 99% of guys are never going to have the balls to do. Why? because we fear failure, because we judge others who fail. How many times have you wanted to be consistent with cold approach? How many times have you wanted to go over to a beautiful woman who takes your breath away, but you think too many steps ahead and you experience failure in advance because maybe you're scared about getting an undesirable reaction. Maybe you're scared about what these little bystanders, these little NPCs are gonna think of you. When I first started making videos online, documenting my cold approach process, I'd always have those low-life losers in the comments criticizing me. Oh, you're ugly. Oh, you're 4 out of 10 at best. Oh, why are you wasting these women's time? It's like, dude, where are those people now? Probably getting drunk, doing nothing with their lives, still low-life losers. So whenever you're putting yourself out there, and let's say you're getting criticized, let's say you go out and you do some cold approaches, let's say you get undesirable outcomes, the way that I want you to perceive everything is an opportunity to grow. Yeah, if you can view daytime cold approach or any difficult activity that you do as I'm doing this, not for the instant gratification, but who I'm gonna become by doing this. So for me, for example, training Muay Thai 3 times a week, doing these live streams every single day, checking in with my clients, being the version of myself that I'm actually proud of being, and then understanding the compounding effect of all of these things. Even if you can just say no to that final glass of tequila today, even if you can say no to going out on Boxing Day and getting absolutely sozzled with people who are going to go back to the dead-end 9-to-5 jobs and are just using the festivities to escape from the monotony of their everyday lives. If you can start saying no to these invitations, start rejecting things from your reality that no longer resonates with you, get around high-frequency people who are actually going all the way to the top, then that's when things start to change. Yeah, I'm living out here in Bangkok. I'm making fuck you money now. I'm traveling the world. I'm making these videos. My life now is unrecognizable to the life that I had 4 years ago when I was living in that grotty apartment. But none of it has happened by luck, yeah? It all happens by design. So going into the new year, my roadmap for you is, first of all, get clear on who you actually want to be. Design this custom-made reality. Like, you can be anybody that you want to be, as long as it's in the realms of physics. Like, I ain't gonna become NBA MVP next year, right? I really don't think that's in my life trajectory. But as long as it's within the realms of physics, I truly believe, as long as it's in the realms of physics and somebody else has done it, then I can do it as well. But we need to know who we want to be. Yeah, not chasing the goal, chasing the identity. Who do I need to be to live the life that I want to live? And then we prioritize the behaviors over the belief. So imagine right now, you want to become a digital online entrepreneur who makes $30,000 a month, traveling the world, having an amazing girlfriend. What activities, what habits, what missions do you complete on a daily basis to actually get there? Let's say you want to be an absolute ubermensch when it comes to daytime cold approach. Let's say your vision for 2025 is you want to live in this constant flow of romantic abundance. Abundance is not always having, it's knowing you can have. Let's say in 2025, you want to be able to get dates on demand. You want to be able to approach on autopilot. Rather than seeing that woman and letting her walk on by, you can actually take that action. You've developed that action taker aura. You become more of a risk taker. You use resistance as your compass. So whenever you get to that precipice of fear and you see that woman that you want to talk to and you've got that voice in your head telling you don't do it, you act in spite of that resistance. Yeah, so that's how we prioritize the behavior over the belief. Yeah, so it's right, who do I want to be? What do I want my life to look like in 2025? And I think as well, the greatest potion that I ever had for making serious change was, first of all, being at complete rock bottom, where the only way was up, yeah? When I was at my rock bottom, when I had £24.82 of universal credit in my bank account, when I looked like a turnip and dressed like a moron, I was getting criticized and all that bollocks, I do think that for a lot of us, we have to hit our rock bottom. It's like in Fight Club, they say it's only after we've lost everything are we free to do anything. I think rage, honestly, like just getting so pissed off at my situation, so pissed off that I wasn't where I want to be. That was my fuel. Yeah, that was my motivation. That gave me the drive, the desire, the determination to actually make something out of myself. Because I didn't want to get to the end of my life thinking, do you know what? I played it safe. I could have done more. I wish I'd have started daytime cold approach. I wish I'd have gone to Thailand. I wish I'd have done Muay Thai. I wish I'd have started making YouTube videos. Yeah, I didn't want that. What do they say? Rejection is better than regret. So I think going into 2025, if you don't want to be average, then you have to be prepared to do what the majority of the mind-dead masses are not prepared to do. So that means going out there, putting your balls on the line, cold approaching, learning how to make some fuck you money online so you don't have to ask permission for your boss when you're allowed to go for a shit. Understand that, dude, there are so many pendulums out there which are trying to drain you of your energy. Christmas is one of them. Another one is the weekends. Yeah, how many of us are just living for the weekends, using alcohol and other bollocks as sedative just to get ourselves through? Do you understand? Like, once you actually understand, once you actually glitch out of the matrix and you understand that the whole system is designed for you to be a static spectator rather than an active player, then you start waking up, okay? Because most people are sleepwalking their way through life, and they're going to wake up when the best years are behind them. And the way that I like to perceive cold approach is it's this reactionary rebellion, from a society that wants to keep you boxed in. Be a good boy, work your 9 to 5, ask for permission when you're allowed to go for a shit. It's all set up for you to fail. The weekends. Dude, have you ever noticed when you go into a supermarket or a grocery store, the first thing that you see is usually alcohol, usually deals on the alcohol, or fucking blueberry muffins. Buy one, get one free, get nice and fat so you're more programmable. So, few like really practical action steps from me. If you've not done so already, start reading Reality Transurfing. It's a meaty piece of literature. Hardly anybody is going to read it. Even the people who start reading it won't finish the book because it's too much for the average mind to be able to handle. Because people's brains are fried so much with TikTok and instant gratification, I guarantee most people can't even make it past the first chapter. So read Reality Transurfing. That'll give you a broader, more in-depth overview of pendulums, how the world actually works, also how to be a master of your own mind as well. And then what I would recommend that you do, download my 2 free courses. Conversation Killer, that teaches you how to cold approach, and then download my Most Fuckable Man course. That teaches you how you can rewire your entire internal belief system and become the most fuckable version of yourself internally and externally. Like, dude, you can probably hear the passion and the fervor in my voice because, I don't know, man, I just think that during this finite amount of time that we get on this planet, I just think personal renaissance is the only truth. Like, why would you not want to become filthy rich? Why would you not want to have an incredible, fulfilling, meaningful relationship? Why would you not want to have location and financial independence? Why would you not want to become the most fuckable version of yourself? Why would you not want to become a sovereign individual? Like, why would you not want to do these things? I don't understand it. So, listen, if you're one of those guys who wants to play 2025 as safe as possible, and you want to come up with all the excuses under the sun why you can't be successful because of your childhood, because of your upbringing, because of your height, insert excuse. I don't have time for excuse makers, crybabies, or action avoiders. If you want to cry around and make excuses, unsubscribe from this channel. I'm not for you. I'd rather have 500 people who were subscribed to me, who were seriously invested into the mission, than 200,000 passers-by, static spectators. So yeah, if you don't like me, if you don't resonate with my approach to life, unsubscribe, never watch another one of my pieces of content again. I couldn't care less. I make these videos for the action takers, for the renegades, for the mavericks. You've got to that point in their life where they're just pissed off. They're pissed off with the situation. They know they could be doing better. They're tired of settling for what they think they can get. They're ready to go after what they want. And they understand that this whole thing, cold approach, it's the most aggressive form of self-development. Yeah, we're not just going out there and trying to get numbers and talking to girls during the day. It's who you become through this process. And then you transfer this new identity that you forged through the fires of adversity into everything that you do, everywhere that you go. Yeah, there's that great Chinese proverb, which is, wherever you go, there you are. Yeah, wherever you go, there you are. So regardless of your starting point, regardless of the city that you're living in, regardless of your current financial situation, regardless of how just bummed down and shit you think you are, I've been in that position. I've been in those positions where I've hated myself, truly hated myself. Didn't think there was any way forward. But the thing that's always worked for me is having optimism in the absence of certainty. That's how I define confidence. It's optimism in the absence of certainty. Have a clear idea of who I want it to be. Have a clear idea of what my custom-made reality looks like. And then make my actions align with my ambitions, act as if I already had the lifestyle that I wanted to live, and then waiting for the rest of the world to catch up. So yeah, just being relentless with it. It's, what is it, Henry Ford, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right either way. So listen, I just wanted to get this tirade out there. I hope it's been valuable for the right person. If you don't like me, you don't like my videos, you don't like the way that I speak, you don't like the way that I express myself, kindly fuck off. If you do like me, if you really fuck with me, then that's cool. You're one of my people, and we're gonna go all the way to the top together. So yeah, boys, listen, I love you all very much. If you enjoyed this live stream, drop it a like. If you've hated this live stream, drop it a like as well. And I'll speak with you boys again tomorrow. Mwah!